heck is this? Sponsored. Amount recovered for free. The AT8X robot has successfully sent you transfer number 95-1 of 632. Now, that's a confusing number there, because if that's in English, a comma should have another figure after that, really, indicating $632,000. If it was in Italian, for instance, that would be $632.14, but they're writing it in English. And as far as I can see, Edge is not translating it. Click here for choose your receiving method. Thank goodness it's associated with PayPal and Western Union.
Congratulations. The transfer number 95. One has been successfully sent to you yesterday morning at around 9:24 a.m. You are now one of the 95 completely ordinary people who have just received their first transfer of $632.14.
Okay.
Yes, I said your first transfer. Because from today, you will be able to receive $632.14 up to twice a week. But first, you need to validate this transfer of $632.14 by choosing your preferred method of receiving it. You have three options. You can choose to receive this money through a regular bank transfer. This is actually the fastest option, and the one I recommend. The estimated waiting time is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You can also choose to receive these $632.14 directly into your PayPal account. In this case, you will need to wait for 6 minutes for the money to be in your account. But it is also possible to receive this first transfer of $632.14 through Western Union. This time, the transfer takes a bit longer, and you may have to wait up to 24 minutes to receive it.
Oh my goodness.
Don't worry, whether the choice you make, the transfer will be completely secure thanks to our partnership with trusted banking institutions. In less than 2 minutes, you will be able to accept your first transfer of $632.14.
I see.
And you can repeat this simple process twice a week, on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
I see.
Receiving 2 transfers of $632.14 per week would indeed amount to a total of $1,264.28 per week, which is over $5,057 per month. I understand that this may seem completely unbelievable, and you may think I'm just another scammer.
Well,
And it's normal to have that reaction in your position. However, the transfer of $632.14 that you are about to receive is real. In fact, I asked Hugo, one of the 95 people who have already received their first payment, if he would be willing to film the validation and receipt of his transfer. He kindly agreed.
Salut Romain, c'est Hugo. Je voulais te montrer comment ça fonctionne pour moi, pour les virements. Et au passage, je te remercie infiniment pour ce que tu as fait pour moi, pour cette méthode qui franchement, il n'y a pas photo, ça marche super bien. Donc là, on a 3 choix. Soit on reçoit le virement par banque, soit PayPal, soit Western Union. Moi, je choisis toujours virement bancaire parce que c'est le plus rapide et c'est le plus simple pour moi. Voilà, donc là, on a une page qui s'ouvre. Donc oui, je veux recevoir un virement bancaire. Et là, on a une page qui nous dit « Félicitations, vos 632,14 € arriveront sur votre compte bancaire dans 2 minutes et quelques. » Bon, bah, il n'y a plus qu'à attendre, hein.
I didn't really see the domain name then. Did you?
Et voilà, félicitations, nous venons de vous envoyer 632,14 € sur votre compte bancaire. C'est dingue parce que ce compteur, à chaque fois, j'ai l'impression que c'est le nouvel an. Tu sais, quand le compteur 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam, c'est parti. Bon, allez, trêve de bavardage. Maintenant, je te montre hop, mon compte bancaire pour te prouver que j'ai bien reçu l'argent et te remercier encore une fois. Donc voilà, là, 632,14 €. C'est bien le virement 47.1 que j'ai reçu aujourd'hui, à l'instant.
I also received an email from Sophia, a 49-year-old stay-at-home mother living in Dallas, who is raising her 3 children alone. She received her first transfer of $632.14 yesterday afternoon via bank transfer. Good evening, Mr. Rosilio. It's Sophia. I just received $632.14 directly into my bank account. I don't know how to thank you. I am so happy. As for Abuna, a young man of Ivorian,
You can see how the mentality is to attack the most vulnerable people. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with a French person confirming it on the screen, which means that a huge portion of Africa will understand, because so many African countries have a lingua franca as French, obviously. So then they have the housewife in Dallas, where we just get a note. Now we're going to Abuna, a young man of Ivorian. So they're talking about the Côte d'Ivoire in northwestern Africa, which is one of the most impoverished parts of the world. You know, it's right up there with sort of Somalia, Mozambique, you name it. Let's just see what they have to say.
In origin, this is already the 7th time he has received his transfers of $632.14 via Western Union, allowing him to cash in over $4,424 in just 1 month. Thank you, Roman. It's been almost...
Okay, so all we're getting is a note, without even having an address. You got to understand that that amount of money in the Ivory Coast, I mean, you can probably go and buy a fishing boat for that cash. $6,000 in US dollars is a life-changing amount of money. So the question is, who are they actually trying to target with this? Well, I suppose because they're putting it in a group for people who are disadvantaged mentally, or in terms of mental health, I mean, with depression or addiction or whatever. They're essentially trying to find out what scams work on the weakest people. Almost as if this is some sort of psychological experiment, like the Milgram experiment, you know? Because it doesn't seem to me that enough people would fall for this for it to be worth you advertising on Facebook. I can't see that that's the way things are. It's almost like they're doing it as a information gathering exercise, so that they can work out the percentage of people who fall for this, the percentage of people who fall for that, percentage of people who fall for this. Because this scam is so stupid. If English was your first language, that you could follow this guy that quickly, I don't think there's any way you'd fall for it unless you were 1 in 100, or maybe even 1 in 1,000. Which means they're not making money out of these ads. So there has to be another motive. That's what I find really interesting about this, but let's carry on.
Just a month since I discovered your method, and everything is working great. Today, I received my 7th transfer through Western Union. Thank you so much. Just before this short video ends and you can receive your first transfer, I must inform you that legally, you will need to declare the money you will receive during your regular tax declaration. Of course, you can decide what to do. It's definitely your choice. Oh, I just realized I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Roman Rosilio, and I'm 38 years old. I am a father of 2 little girls, Lola and Matilda. After completing a master's degree in computer engineering in MIT, the most prestigious computer engineering school in the United States according to the Time magazine, I worked at Apple for almost 11 years, one of the most powerful multinational companies in the world. I was responsible for cybersecurity and protecting numerous sensitive data. Here is my former employee card. It is thanks to all the knowledge and skills I gained through my experience that I was able to develop the AT8XM robot. It is this very robot that will allow you to automatically receive $632.14 twice a week, which adds up to 8 transfers of $632.14 every month. By the way, the robot is called AT8XM for a reason. It stands for Automatic Transfer 8X per month. To explain briefly, the AT8XM robot exploits a
Okay, so this is obviously an AI speaking that doesn't think to say 8 times per month. I mean, the whole premise is so stupid. Do you see what I mean? It cannot be profitable. It cannot be. Especially when you think that most people who see an advert this stupid will just click on it solely to cost the scammer, to hurt the scammer, to make them pay money to Facebook. that they don't want to pay, and then just close the advert. So, I mean, it makes you wonder if it's even a real advert, or if it's something that's genuinely just sort of sent out by an AI to try and discern what it can get away with, or what it can fool people into. I mean, I don't see what else it could be. You know, digital2sell.com. It's so unbelievably cliche. It's utterly ridiculous. It cannot be making more money than it costs. It cannot be.
Discrete loophole hidden within Apple's File Transfer Protocol, FTP. And it is this loophole that legally allows the robot to transfer $632.14 to the bank account, PayPal, or Western Union of its users. If you're interested in the technical details, you can contact me at my personal email, romanrosilio@gmail.com. I would be blessed to discuss it with you. Please know that coding the AT8XM robot was extremely technical and challenging. It took me a lot of time and experience. It took over 7 months before it was eventually operational, and I could finally receive my first automatic transfer of $632.14. And for almost 6 months now, 94 ordinary people have been receiving their $632.14 transfers twice a week. And since yesterday morning, you are the 95th person. And it's not going to stop. Apple has been around since 1976, and it is still one of the most significant companies in the world. As long as this company exists, the AT8XM robot will continue to send 2 transfers of $632.14 to its users every week. If I put in so much effort to develop this system, it's because I wanted to quit my job. Okay, I loved what I was doing, and I was really well paid. But I wanted to be free. Free to wake up whenever I want. Free to go on vacation whenever I want, without having to ask for permission from a boss. Free to spend time with my loved ones. To be honest with you, if I could have, I would have kept the AT8XM robot for myself. But I don't really have a choice because, according to Article No. 2004, 575 of the Law for Trust in the Digital Economy, I am obligated to share this discovery with a minimum of 100 people. I have tried every legal loophole possible to avoid sharing. I have even hired a legal expert firm. Unfortunately for me, there is no solution. But it's excellent news for you. Because in less than 40 seconds, you will be the 95th person to validate the cashing of your first transfer of $632.14.
This is the longest 2 minutes of my freaking life.
Yes, I said validate, because you have already received this transfer yesterday morning at 9:24 a.m. All you have to do now is choose your method of receipt, and the money will be in your account within 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 24 minutes, depending on the transfer method you choose. Thanks to the AT8XM robot, I have already cashed in over $30,342 in the past 6 months. And it's not going to stop. That's why several big entrepreneurs have tried to buy it from me. Of course, I have always refused. It's much more profitable for me to keep it. Now, if I want to stay within the legal boundaries, I need to find 5 more people to whom the robot can send these $632.14 twice a week. And I have little time left to find them if I want to meet the deadline set by the law. You will understand that I have no time to waste, and if you don't accept the receipt of your transfer in the next few minutes, I will have to give your spot to someone else. Obviously, your access is free since, thanks to you, I can use the AT8XM robot legally. The only thing I ask of you is to pay the transfer fees for your first transfer. These fees are only $6.80. Normally, there are transfer fees for each of the transfers you will receive. But don't worry, I will cover all of those future fees. I just ask that you pay the fees for this first transfer to prove that you truly want to receive your $632.14. Here's what you need to do to access your money. First, click on the button displayed just below this video. Then, you will be redirected to an encrypted and secure page using HTTPS and SSL 256-bit technology. These are the same technologies used by giants like Amazon, eBay, and Apple. After you have paid the $6.80 transfer fee, you will receive a link to your email address. Simply click on it to access your personal space. Then, once you have chosen how you want to receive your $632.14, just wait between 2 minutes and 30 seconds and 24 minutes to receive your money. 2 minutes and 30 seconds for a bank transfer, 6 minutes for PayPal, and up to 24 minutes for Western Union. But as I've already mentioned, there are only 6 spots left. 5 if you accept to retrieve your transfer. So don't wait any longer, and click on the button below to retrieve the $632.14 transfer that was sent to you yesterday morning at 9:24 a.m. and to receive 8 transfers of $632.14 every month. If you wait any longer, another person will take your spot in just a few moments and receive the $632.14 that rightfully belongs to you. By adding $632.14 to your account twice a week,
You have to wonder why they chose an amount that takes so long to say. $632.14, $632.14. I mean, why don't they just choose $630? This video would have been half as long.
your life can change drastically. I think, for example, of Mona, a 26-year-old woman who fell into a long period of depression following the loss of her job and the death of a loved one. As she herself puts it, she lost taste for life and stopped believing in anything. So, without much hope, she accepted the receipt of her $632.14 transfer to her PayPal account. 6 minutes later, when the money was indeed in her account, her eyes lit up for the first time in months. Since that day, Mona has already received 12 transfers, totaling over $7,585 in just 1.5 months. She was able to treat herself to a vacation in Bali with her best friend to change her mind and gradually regain her zest for life. Hello, Roman. I wanted to write this little email to thank you. A few months ago, I lost my job and also a loved one. I felt like I had lost the taste for life and was completely lost. I didn't believe in anything anymore. Even when you offered your help, I didn't believe it. Nonetheless, I accepted the transfer because I had nothing else to lose. That decision completely changed my life, and it's all thanks to you. Thank you. Now I'm in Bali with my best friend to celebrate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Attached is a screenshot of one of my transfers. I also think of Quentin from New York. This 48-year-old father has been a worker for almost 30 years. With the weight of the years, his back and joints are starting to suffer. So when his son Raphael showed him that the AT8X robot had sent him money, even though he didn't really believe it, he thought, well, paying only a small fee of $6.80 to receive $632.14 twice a week, it's worth a try. And when he received the first transfer into his bank account in less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, he couldn't believe it. It has now been 3 months since he has been receiving his $632.14 transfers twice a week, and it's not going to stop. Quentin is seriously considering early retirement to be able to spend more time with his son and also relieve his tired body. Then there's James, a business school student in San Francisco. His studies cost him nearly $15,000 per year, so he had to juggle between classes and part-time student jobs. But since he started receiving his $632.14 transfers 8 times a month, he has stopped working and fully focuses on his academic success. He has even started investing some of this money to buy quality equipment for shooting YouTube videos, a passion he has had since he was 12 years old. Hey, I wanted to thank you because thanks to your system, I was able to quit my student job and fully focus on my studies. I even managed to buy a good camera, lights, and a microphone for making YouTube videos. On top of that, I'm soon going to launch my own Twitch channel. Thank you, Roman. My life is going to change because of you. So, if you want to be the 95th person to retrieve your $632.14 transfer and continue receiving $632.14 twice a week, then click on the button below now. All you have to do is log into your member area, choose the method of receiving your transfer, and validate the transfer. To do that, simply click on the button below, enter your first name and email address on the next page, and pay the $6.80 transfer fee. You will then receive an email with a link to access your user space, where you can securely validate the receipt of your transfer. At this point, you are probably hesitant. You may think I'm a liar, and it's right to be cautious. It's even a sign of intelligence on your part. After all, we see so many scams online every day. If I were you, I would be just as skeptical. That's why I offer a 2-year money-back guarantee. This means that if you can't retrieve your $632.14 transfers twice a week, I will refund your transfer fees down to the last cent. Just send an email to contact@the-secret-method.com to request a refund, and you will be refunded within 24 hours. Plus, you are fully covered thanks to our partnerships with trusted banking institutions. You know, I am quite close to the users of the AT8X robot. If you have any questions or just want to chat and get to know each other better, I always respond quickly to my messages. Don't wait any longer and seize your opportunity now while it's still possible. Click on the button below this video. You will be able to immediately retrieve your first transfer of $632.14. Even if you search for hours, you won't find anything reliable that allows anyone to make money so easily and without any particular skills. If the AT8XM robot is so reliable, it's because I worked as a computer engineer at Apple for 11 years. So, I knew exactly how to legally exploit that famous loophole hidden within their file transfer protocol. Also, developing and coding this robot to receive these $632.14 transfers twice a week took me over 7 months. So, if you want a chance to receive $5,057.12 per month, click on the button below now if it's still possible. Tell me, what will you do with all this money? With your first transfer of $632.14, for example, you could treat your loved ones to a meal at a lovely restaurant without worrying about the bill. Then, with your 2 weekly payments, you could soon go on a vacation somewhere sunny on a paradise island, or even buy the car of your dreams. Remember, officially, you will have to declare your money. Of course, you can do as you wish. It's your choice, and you decide. Click on the button below this video now. Then, once you have simply paid the transfer fee, choose your method of receipt, and wait between 2 minutes and 30 seconds and 24 minutes for the money to arrive in your chosen account. It's as simple as that. Feel free to send me a testimonial once you have received your first transfer of $632.14. It would really make me happy. I hope you make the right choice. In any case, I wish you all the best.
Oh, right, so it does finish. So this actually must be, so let's see if we can find out what we're really buying. Earnings disclaimer. Every effort has been made to accurately represent our product as potential advertising. We do not guarantee that you will earn any money using the techniques and ideas in these materials. Examples in these materials are not to be interpreted as a promise or guarantee of earnings. By purchasing our product, you agree to the terms and conditions of purchase on our website and agree to subscribe to the VIP membership program. You can unsubscribe at any time. Okay, but see, it doesn't even tell you what you're really buying. It says US $9.99. It just doesn't tell you what it is. Either way, let's just report that to our friends at Netcraft. But you see what I mean about how ridiculous that video is. That video cannot be making a profit in terms of how many people click on that advert on Facebook. It can't be. I mean, how much does that cost every time I click on it? I mean, most people aren't even going to watch the video. They're just going to take one look at that page and just think, oh my goodness, how stupid. I mean, I'll report it to Facebook anyway, but to me, if you can't spot that ad, I mean, with the technology that Meta have for virtual reality and everything else, look, there it is again. I mean, what on earth? Are you legally employed? Are you currently employed? No. No. Do you promise to declare no? No. Check if I'm eligible. Congratulations. You're eligible. You're going to get 2,700. It's
You're here. We've been waiting. Just for you. You're holding contract number 101, displayed at the top left of your screen. Stay tuned until the end of this short, live conference, because you stand a great chance of walking away with a full-time contract worth 2,000.
I can't sit through another one. I just can't do it.